Are you thinking about moving to Bellingham, Washington? Whether you've seen the mountains, the water, or heard about the lifestyle, before you pack your bags and move here, there are some things you really need to know. As someone that was born and raised here and a local real estate agent, it's my job to help people relocate here. And in today's video, we're gonna go over the good, the not so good, and everything in between to make sure that Bellingham really is a place that you wanna live. So Bellingham really is in an incredible location. We have Vancouver, BC to our north, about 40 minutes to an hour away. We have Seattle, Washington to our south, about an hour and a half away, depending on traffic. We have mountains to the east, the water to the west, and we have a community that really leans into this outdoorsy lifestyle. It's a population of just under 100,000, so it's just big enough to get all the great amenities that you get with a city without being overwhelming, like Seattle or Vancouver. If you love the outdoors, Bellingham is extremely hard to beat. You can literally be skiing in the morning, kayaking in the afternoon, and finish the day at one of our award-winning breweries. The food and coffee culture is strong here, and we have a lot of art with art walks, community events, and live music, and it's a really great place to be if you love any of those things. Now, a question I get asked a lot is if Bellingham is affordable, and the short answer is not really. We have housing prices that are higher than the national average, and we are #1 when it comes to the gap between median house price and median household income. So there's the biggest gap of any other small city in the United States. I go into more depth about cost of living in the video that I'll put right up here. It's my cost of living video, and it goes into way more depth about the different prices and costs of living in Bellingham. So feel free to check that out if you want to go in greater detail. Some things that you should know before moving to Bellingham. First off, the weather. It is very mild here. We have mild winters and pretty mild summers. I think we got up to 90 just a few times this summer. And in the winter, we go below freezing, not too often. Really, the struggle is how gray it is in the winter and the fact that the sun sets so early. So if you work a 9-to-5 job, there will be a stretch of time where you go to work in the dark and you come home in the dark, and it will only be light during that 9-to-5 period that you were working, which is a struggle and something that you should be aware of. Now, depending on where you're coming from, this won't really apply, and traffic isn't up to the level of major cities like Seattle or Los Angeles. But given we weren't supposed to be the size of city that we are even now, the highways and the design of the roads wasn't really meant for the amount of people that we have, and so it can get congested on I-5 during rush hour. It's nowhere near as bad as Seattle, but it will get worse as people continue to move here because nothing's really being done about it. The last thing you should definitely be aware of before moving to Bellingham is the job market. There isn't a lot of high-paying corporate jobs in Bellingham, which is why we have that huge disparity between median household income and median house price. There's a lot of jobs in healthcare, local businesses, and education, since we have Western Washington here, as well as all the other schools that we have in the area. But there's not tons of high-paying corporate jobs, so there's a lot of people who work remote here or have a hybrid remote job where they only commute to Seattle a couple or a few days a week. Bellingham is amazing for people who love the outdoors or are looking for a more balanced lifestyle where they can live in a smaller city but still have most of the amenities of living in a bigger city or access to them in about an hour and a half going to Seattle. On the flip side, if you are looking for that big city life, that hustle and bustle, you're definitely not gonna get that in Bellingham. It's still a lively place to live, but it's not anywhere near the level of Seattle, LA, or New York. So that's the reality of living in Bellingham, Washington. If you have any questions, make sure and drop them in the comments below. You can also send me a text or an email. All my contact information is in the description below, as well as a free relocation guide. If you are thinking about relocating to Bellingham, it could be really helpful for you. If this video helped you, make sure and give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you want to follow along, and I'll see you in the next video.